Thank you for joining us tonight. We've obviously been through the video and now we're just going to answer some questions that you may have. If you've got any questions, please put them in the question area and we will do our best to answer those questions now. Thanks to all the parents who made the time this afternoon to come into the school for the tours. It was great to meet many of you there. If you missed the tour tonight or were unable to come for some reason, please give us a call and we can set up a time for you. So Marie Cribbis and Sarah Kilner, who is the assistant principal in charge of transition, and I'm the campus principal. The first question is about iPads and iPad use in the classroom to support learning. We are obviously a one-to-one iPad school where each student has their own iPad. Parents are expected to buy that iPad for their child. I've found with my own children it's a great way to tick off the Christmas list, so have a think about that for the future. But certainly students use iPads in class to support their learning through our Desire to Learn platform, which is our learning management platform. Students will need the iPad for that, but it's also great to be able to take photos and upload things into the Dropbox on Desire to Learn, so students will require an iPad.
And we've got another question there regarding additional needs. And so if your students or child's got any additional needs, how will WMYC support your student in their learning? And so that's something we really pride ourselves on at Wodonga Middle Years College. We're the only public school here and we accept all enrolments, and every student has, in our curriculum, we teach to a point of need. So we do a lot of assessment at the start of each unit, but also at the start of the year when we get our Year 7s in. And our staff use that assessment to teach to assess where a student is actually at in all areas, so not just numeracy and literacy. And then the team of teachers around that student will ensure that the curriculum that is set for the child is meeting their point of need. And I think every student learns differently, and every student has additional needs in their own way. And there'll be students that need to be extended and students that need some extra support to get some growth in their learning. And yeah, like I said, we pride ourselves on catering for all those needs. And if you have any concerns around that, just email me and we can set up a time to talk about your child's specific learning needs.
And in regards to inclusion, we've got a strong inclusion team. Sarah leads that team as well as doing transition.
Yeah.
So she has a big job in that area, and she's supported by 2 leading teachers who oversee the inclusion program. So we are very focused on inclusion and supporting students with additional needs.
And part of that transition process is that I connect with the primary schools, and I'll have several meetings with the primary schools for students that are funded and that have additional learning needs as well. So by the time your child gets to middle years, we will have met and connected and know what your child needs to learn.
So the next question relates to the number of students on each campus. We have a little over 1,000 students at Wodonga Middle Years College. There's approximately 500 students at each campus, so they're split fairly evenly across the 2 campuses. And in addition to that, there's about 60 students who are at the Flying Fruit Fly Circus School. And yeah, they're pretty much, we split them down the middle, and there's the same number of classes at each campus.
And so there's a live chat going on here, and we'd love questions, and we're hoping that this is an opportunity for our community to engage with us. And if you've got any questions that you'd like answered, feel free to pop them in the chat and we'll get to them as the session goes on.
I can do this one if you like. So the Year 7 program is, there's core subjects. They're English, Humanities, Maths, Science and Physical Education. As well as that, the students do elective subjects. Well, they're compulsory electives at Year 7 and Year 8. And those specialist subjects are arts, technology and languages. And the languages we teach are Japanese and Indonesian, and in technology the students cover a broad range of subjects including woodwork, metalwork, plastics, food and textiles. And in arts the students are looking at visual arts and also performing arts and music. Students are also given the opportunity to be involved in Camps Week and an activities afternoon.
Okay, now our next question is, what role does the care teacher have in my child's time at WMYC? So we're lucky enough to have a care program at Wodonga Middle Years College that teacher is the first port of call for any questions or concerns or that the parents and the student have. So that is a teacher that usually teaches a child for a number of classes as well as care, and they are the person that will touch base with the parents to make sure, or the family at home, to make sure that the students got their locker and their iPad sorted at the start of Year 7, and they'll connect with the house leaders if there's any further conversations or questions that need to be had. But yeah, we do encourage that care teacher is that sort of homeroom teacher for your child that really wraps around your child and gets to know them and supports them in having success in our college.
The costs associated is the next question. The costs associated with attending Wodonga Middle Years College was outlined earlier in the clip, so if you wanted to go back and have a look, but generally between $1,200 and $1,500. So the fees are per subject and you pay per subject that your child does. And then the additional fees of the iPad and school uniform, and then depending on which camp your child goes on. But a start up for a Year 7 student is between $1,200 and $1,500.
And that's probably a good lead-in is from that question is, how do I make payments for excursions and school fees? And we're really lucky enough in the last year or so to have launched our parent portal. And so it's an app that you can download on your phone, probably not dissimilar to apps that the primary schools have, where you can log on and you have your child's portal there, and any fees or permissions for camps will come up and you can click on the link on your phone. It's quite simple, and you just go in and there'll be alerts there for what you need to pay for, and that's a good record for parents to know where they're up to with payments as well. And when your child enrolls at middle years and next year, we will get parents on the portal, and there's lots of information and sessions and staff available to help parents engage with the portal.
And as well as that, on the portal there's the excursion approvals as well, which is just, as a parent, is great. Most of our excursions are on that portal. We've had a few this year that haven't been, but we're looking to remedy that for next year. The next question is regarding zoning. We generally use House Creek as the boundary between Feltimber and Huon campuses, and we encourage parents to send their child to their neighbourhood school. So you will get a form to fill in about which campus your child's going to. We encourage you to go to your neighbourhood school, but as a general rule, House Creek is that boundary.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we've got a question about the Academic Advancement Program and how I apply for that. Hopefully you have received a transition information booklet from your primary school. If you haven't, feel free to reach out to me via email and I can provide you with one of these, or speak to your grade 6 teacher. So the Academic Advancement Program, there is a page in the brochure about that, and there is some information on the website, but there will be an information night on the 29th of April, which will give you all that information, and it will touch on the process for application, and there's dates that you will need to be aware of. But the expression of interest form will come out and need to be completed by the 18th of June. So you've got quite a bit of time, but put the April the 29th in your calendar for the information evening, and that will assist families in not missing out on anything.
The next question is around instrumental music lessons at Middle Years College and the costs involved. For Year 7s, the instrumental music is free for the first term, and then after that it's $70 per term, which is quite cheap compared to going out and getting instrumental music lessons in the community. So that's during the school day. We also encourage some music teachers, private music teachers, to come in and use our facilities after school, and that gives you easy access to some of those music teachers in your child's own time. Obviously that's at your own cost and additional to the $70 a term. So keep that in mind. We do try to get those music teachers in to encourage your child to do those extracurricular activities. So we're really pleased to offer that program, and then there's also opportunities to be involved in different bands and musicals and connections with Wodonga Senior Secondary College through the music program. The music program is really strong at the school, and we really encourage students to take that on, and they are expected almost to be in a band when they do play a musical instrument. So if you have any other questions and you'd like to put them in the chat, please do so now. But we're coming to a close, I think, almost.
Yeah, so if you've got any questions, if you miss the opportunity to get them answered tonight, at the back of the transition booklet that you receive from your grade 6 teacher, there's my email address and the college phone number. I really welcome you to connect with me via email or via phone, and we can book a time to meet or just have a conversation on the phone at this point. We do encourage families to reach out and have those questions answered, and a lot of your grade 6 primary school teachers will be able to answer those questions too. So they're connected with me via email, and we're communicating regularly. So feel free to reach out to them also.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
I think, thank you.